Hello, my lovely viewers. Welcome again to Mathematics and I. It's the presenter Jeff Nino, and today in this video we shall be solving some questions that were asked by some students, and we have 4 questions here, and these questions are based on differential calculus. Okay, they are based on differential calculus, and so we shall be taking our time to explain these questions so that you can know how to also apply these questions in some questions that you also will see. But don't forget, if this is your first time of joining our YouTube channel, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and always share our videos so that people will learn from it. Okay, question number 1 says, if y equal to cos 2x, find dy over dx. Find dy over dx. Okay, if y equal to cos 2x, find dy over dx. All right, now we all know that this is a chain rule question because it has one function. So we shall be using the shortcut method, which I did in our previous videos in solving this question. So the answer to this question becomes, okay, this is what I'm going to do. If we differentiate the function which is 2x, we will get 2. And if we differentiate the trig sign which is cos, we will get minus sign. Then copy back the function which is 2x. So it means the answer becomes minus 2 sine 2x. So if we should differentiate cos 2x using the shortcut method, our answer becomes minus 2 sine 2x. So that is the answer to question number 1 by the students. Okay, question number 2 says, find the minimum value. Find the minimum value of y equal to x raised to the power 2 minus 2x minus 3. Now, in this question, we get told to find the minimum value. Okay, yes, to find the minimum value. Okay, now, first of all, in our next video, okay, I will be teaching specifically how you can solve for turning point, minimum point, and maximum point of differential functions. But today, I will just explain how we can solve a problem like this. Now, if you are told to find the minimum value of this function, this is what we're going to do. First of all, we will get the value of x. Now, for us to get the value of x, that is referred to as turning point. Because at turning point, dy over ds is equal to 0. So the first thing we're going to do is to take the derivative of y with respect to x. So here becomes dy over dx is equal to, if I differentiate x squared, I will get 2x minus, if I differentiate 2x, I will get 2. And if I differentiate 3, I will get 0 because 3 is a constant. And since our dy over ds is 2x minus 2, don't forget that at turning point, that dy over ds is 0. So if dy over ds is 0 and dy over ds is 2x minus 2, it means 2x minus 2 is equal to 0. Okay, now if 2x minus 2 is equal to 0, what are we going to do now? We will look for the value of x. Now for us to get the value of x, we need to collect like terms. Because there is no way 2 can be subtracted from 2x. Now if minus 2 goes to the right hand side, it becomes 2x is equal to 0 plus 2. Okay, and 0 plus 2 gives us what? 2. So it means 2x is equal to 2. Now for us to get the value of x, it means x must be the subject of the formula. So what do we do to make x stand alone? We have to divide both sides by 2. So here becomes about 2 and here becomes about 2. X is equal to 1. Now, note, the question was not find the minimum point. The question was find the minimum value. Now when you hear value, it means they are telling you to find y. Okay, minimum value. It means they are telling you to find y. So automatically, for us to get the value of y, anywhere we see, for us to get the value of y, anywhere we see x, we will substitute the value 1. Okay, so automatically here becomes y is equal to, now x is 1 raised to the power 2 minus 2 brackets 1 minus 3. Okay, so automatically here becomes y is equal to 1 raised to the power 2 means 1 times 1, which is 1, minus 2 times 1 is also 2, minus 3. Okay, now y becomes 1 minus 2 is minus 1, minus 1 minus 3 is minus 4. So the answer to the question, the answer to the minimum value of this function is y equal to minus 4. So this is the answer to question number 2 from the students. And without wasting time, question number 3 says, question number 3 says, okay, determine the maximum value of y equal to 3x raised to the power 2 minus x raised to the power 3. Okay, let me be brief with this. I want you to understand something. Watch. I want you to understand something. At turning point, dy over dx is equal to 0. Okay. Now, at minimum point, the 2y over the x squared is greater than 0. Now, at maximum point, the 2y over the x squared is less than 0. Now, watch what I'm about to do here. Now, turning point is dy over dx equal to 0. Minimum point, second derivation is greater than 0. Maximum point, second derivation is less than 0. So now, what are we going to do to solve this question? Now, let me introduce you to the concept of powers. The power here is 2, the power here is 3. In this function, the highest power is 3. Now, because the highest power is 3, it means in this question, we will get 2 values for x. 2 values for x. In the first question we treated, the highest power was 2, and that was why we got just 1 value for x, which was x equal to 1. Now, how can we get the values for x? I told you, we need to apply turning points. That is the only place you can get the value for x. Now, at turning point, we said dy over dx is 0. So the first thing we have to do is to look for dy over dx of this function. Now, dy over dx of this function is 2 times 3 is 6. 2 minus 1 is 1. No need to include the 1. Minus. Now, there's an invisible 1 here. 3 times 1 is 3. Then 3 minus 1 is 2. So it means if we differentiate 3x squared minus x cubed, we will get 6x minus 3x squared. Now, this is dy over dx. But don't forget we said that dy over dx at turning point is equal to 0. So it means this expression now, which is 6x minus 3x squared, we will equate it to 0 to become an equation, so that we can get the value for x. So here becomes 6x minus 3x squared is equal to 0. Okay, now obeying the law, the turning point rule. Okay, without wasting time, you will see that 6x and 3x squared have something in common. They have 3 in common as a factor, and they also have x in common. So because they have 3x in common, we will factor out what they have together. So I will bring out the 3x in a bracket. Outside. And then I open a bracket. Now, if 3 should cancel 6, I will have 2. If x should cancel x, there is no more x. Minus, if 3 should cancel 3, there is no more 3. If x should cancel x squared, I will get x equal to 0. How did I get x? X squared means x into 2 places. So if this x cancels this x, it will be left with this x. So without wasting time, let us proceed. Now, what do we do next? The one outside the bracket is equal to 0, and the one inside the bracket is equal to 0. So here becomes 3x is equal to 0, or 2 minus x is equal to 0. Now, from this place, I will divide both sides by 3. So I can make x the subject of the formula. So it means x is equal to 0 divided by 3 is 0. Now, at this other side, I will collect like terms, because I can't remove x from 2. So when 2 cross, it becomes what will be left here. Minus x is equal to 0 minus 2. Minus x is equal to minus 2. Now when minus cancel minus, what does that mean? It means x is equal to 0, comma, what is the other answer here? X is equal to 2. Now you see, I told you, even before we started solving, that we will get 2 answers for x. And why did I know that? Because the highest power in the function is 3. Okay, now we are confused. Because the question was, determine the maximum value. And we said that the word value means y. But there is no way we can get y when we don't know x. That is why y is a dependent variable. Y depends on x to function. But what we are having now is 2x. 2 values for x. So we really don't know if it is 0 that makes this function maximum, or if it is 2 that makes this function maximum. So what are we now going to do? Because they said maximum value, we will use maximum point first to solve. Now, in the first example, in the first example that we did not use this because why? It was just one answer that we got for x. Now, I will come here and say, watch. Because they use the word maximum value, I will now write at maximum. At maximum, second order derivation is less than 0. Is less than 0. But there is one thing we must solve for. We need to solve for our second order derivation first. And how can we get second order derivation? By differentiating first order derivation. And where is our first order derivation? This, d1/ds. This was the first time we differentiated. For us to get the second one, we will differentiate the first one. And so, if we differentiate the first one, it means the 2y over the x squared becomes, if I differentiate 6x, I will get 6 minus, if I differentiate 3x squared, I will get 6x. How did I get 6x? 2 times 3 is 6, 2 minus 3 is 1. Now, our second order derivation is 6 minus 6x. Now, this is what we are now going to do. We will now substitute these values to see the one that will give us an answer that is less than 0, because they use the word maximum. Now we will now write, when x equal to the first value we got for x was 0. So we're going to use our second order derivation now. Anywhere we see x, we give the value for 0. So here it becomes 6 minus 6 into bracket 0. Are we there? Are you with me? Are you with me? Now, first of all, we open the bracket. So here becomes 6 minus 6 times 0 is 0. And 6 minus 0 is 6. Class, if you see the answer we got now, 6. 6 is not less than 0. 6 is greater than 0. So the value 0 did not give us an answer that is what? Maximum. Because the answer that is maximum is the answer that is less than 0. So what do? We come again to the next answer, which says when x is equal to 2. Now again we come to our second order derivation. Anywhere we see x, we give 2. So here becomes 6 in minus 6 bracket 2. Are you with me? Now 6 times 2 will give us 12. So we have 6 minus 12. And 6 minus 12 will give us what? Minus 6. Class, you will agree with me that minus 6 is less than 0. So it means that the value of x that we will use to get the maximum value, which is the value for y, is what? 2. Because if you use 0, 0 did not obey the maximum point law. That says the answer is what? Less than 0. It is 2. It is 2. It is 2 that gives us an answer that is less than 0. So therefore, maximum value now. Maximum value becomes, I told you value represents y. Y is equal to 3 into the bracket of x. The x we are using now is 2. Raised to power 2 minus 2 raised to power 3. What do you mean? So here becomes 2 raised to power 2 is 4. So we have 3 bracket 4 minus 2 raised to power 3 is 8. 2 times 2 times 2. So automatically here becomes 3 times 4 gives us 12 minus 8. And class, 12 minus 8 will give us what? 4. So it means the value, the maximum value of 3x squared minus x raised to the power 3 is 4. So class, so question number 3 that this student actually brought. And then I told him they brought 4 questions. 4 questions. And the last question was, if y equal to x raised to the power 2 plus square root of x, comma, find dy over dx. Again, all in differentiation. All in differentiation. Okay, how do we solve problem like this? Okay, y equal to x raised to the power 2 plus the square root of x. Now the first thing I will do is this. The word root is the same thing as half as power. Root is the same thing as half as power. So it means instead of me writing root x, I would write this. I would write y is x raised to the power 2 plus x raised to the power half. You with me? Instead of the root, we write half. Now at this junction, let us differentiate. Now the y over the x is, if I differentiate x squared, I will get 2x. Okay, plus, now 1 over 2 times 1. 1 over 2 times 1 will still give us 1 over 2. Then we bring our x. Then don't forget we're going to minus 1. We always minus 1 from the power. If you minus 1, half minus 1, it will give you minus half. Because why? 1 is bigger than half. So here it becomes minus 1 over 2. Now in the options that they gave, the option that fits this answer is C. But when I'm giving the questions, you will see the option displaying on our video, on the screen of our video, so you will know how it really works. So this becomes the answer to the question if you differentiate y equal to x squared plus root x. So these were the 4 questions that was given to us by a student, and I hope that you have also learned something new from it. If this is your first time, reaching our channel from any part of the world, please don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to share the video so that other persons will learn from it. Till we meet again in our next video, thank you for watching. Bye for now.